Morning, folks. Well, another beautiful day. It kind of feels like it might rain, though. It's a little cooler today. The clouds have rolled away mostly, so maybe not, but it started out kind of chilly. I thought maybe it was going to turn into a stormy one. But anyhow, today I'm back onto this garden stuff. I finished up the rest of that picket fence. This here is a gate, of course. I need to go up to the woods and find a cross piece. I think get an unusual looking one. But this fence, it ended up, I put boards on the bottom of it and shorter pickets, partly because I didn't have enough longer ones. I've got a pretty good little stack of short ones, but they're not long enough for the rest. But what I'm going to do here is that board fence, that is going to be part of her raised garden box. I'll put another wall there, here, and then back up to here and fill that up with dirt. That's kind of the plan for today. I got that dump trailer that I made that is full of Jeep parts. I need to empty that out and fix the tailgate on it. The hinges I used when I built that were too light duty. They're not going to work out. The things keep bending on me, and I've got some better hinges. I think first order of the day is to fix the tailgate and start hauling dirt over. Maybe do that one board first, I don't know. I got a fella that wants some of the old wood chips from the fairgrounds that I need to get rid of anyway. I'm supposed to meet him down there about 10:30 today and give him a scoop or two of those. But they're pretty rotten. But most of the time, we get those wood chips for the horse stalls and things. And when they're fresh and pretty, you know, they're blonde, they're wood colored and look really nice. But the more they sit there in the weather, the more they turn brown and nobody wants to use them. So then I got to haul them off onto the field or do something with them. And these ones, they've been there long enough. They've actually broke down where they look like fairly good compost. So I'll give him a scoop or two of those, and a lot of that I think I'm going to bring up here for Cindy's garden. When they redid the car race track years ago, they scooped off the topsoil too deep, and nothing has really grown there since. And so all those wood chips and manure from the corrals and from the horse stalls and things, I dumped that there, and where there's no topsoil. I keep thinking that sooner or later that's going to break down and start growing some grass again, but so far all it's been growing is weeds. Maybe it's too hot, but it's been quite a few years now, so I don't know. It should work eventually, I think. Now, this is that dump trailer. If you've been watching a while, you've seen this before. I built this quite a few years ago. But the main body of it is a livestock water tank that I got from the recycle yard. The axle, it was a drop axle out of a trailer, and I flipped it upside down. So it's got lots of clearance under there. And then I put the tub on a hinge here. Yeah, I can't even see it right there. Right there, it's got a hinged pipe going through it. And then what I do here is this funny looking contraption that has this little kind of a turnbuckle for a tie down strap. It makes a fairly good winch up to a pulley and then down to the tub. So it will dump. It doesn't dump real easy or the most perfect thing in the world, but sure a lot better than shoveling it out by hand. But all this stuff needs to come out. I got tires and Jeep stuff. These are hubs off of a 1948 Jeep. There's a dash for one, a hood. Got a new transfer case and transmission, bell housing. Daryl Walton, he brought out an engine. Shoot, I got all the rest of the stuff. I could put it all together and make it into a running, I don't know what you'd really call it, just the running gear part of it. Don't have any axles, but engine, transmission, all that stuff would be there to work. But that takes a lot of money. My transmission, it's been out in the rain for years and it's pretty rusty, but all those gears and things, they add up. But those transmissions are all pretty simple. They're not a lot of money and they're still easy to come by. So anyway, I should just get rid of all this stuff, but it's valuable, believe it or not. There's a place on the computer called E-Willie's, a friend told me about. He had a Willie's wagon that he sold, but E-Willie's is basically a computer little nickel type of want ads type of thing. And look them up if you got any interest in old Jeeps. Boy, they go for a lot of money anymore. There's lots of them on there, but you find one that's just a bare frame and axles or whatever, that's $600. So it's surprising what this stuff costs. They don't make it anymore, you know, the transmission gears and things they do, but the stuff like this grill, this old Jeep grill, it's not in the best of shape in the world, but they're getting harder and harder to find. Everybody's crushed them and they're worth some money. Same with this dashboard. Got the gauges and things. I doubt any of them work, but the dashboard itself and this little plate, being an original plate, it's still worth some money. Those the plates, they do make reproduction ones of those, and in my own Jeep I did get some reproduction ones just because they look new again. But anyway, get all this junk out of here and go from there, I guess. Just looked real quick on eBay. This hood here, it's I don't know what year, but it's a Willys. It's a Willys CJ2A Jeep hood. I just looked it up on here, and here's one on eBay, $425. And I mean, all this stuff, yeah, I don't see anything more of the stuff I've got, but all of this stuff has gotten to be valuable. Like I say, they don't make it anymore. They do make some reproduction stuff, but it's not quite the same. Some of it, they actually make fiberglass parts for them now, which is not authentic. And a lot of these guys that are restoring these old Jeeps and things, they're very much sticklers. A lot of the wartime Willys Jeeps were made by Ford, and they'll have a bolt will have a little F stamped on it. Some of those guys are so into this stuff that they will pay big money for that little bolt that has an F on it. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous in some ways, but restoring history is never cheap, you know, especially when it's stuff that's getting hard to come by. So all this stuff, like I say, it might be junk, but it's good junk. This little thing here, that's a fan shroud for the Willys CJ. Don't know what that would be worth. If I can find one, I'll show it on here quick. So there we go, right there, $279. Like I say, this here's good junk. I ain't getting rid of that easy. Okay, so other than a little dab of garbage in here I need to take out, that's empty. This thing here, I call it a cricket. It's a Monroe 3-point hitch for the old Willys farm Jeeps. As that sets right there, it's not complete. It's probably worth $600, $700, just for the cast iron part. I'm missing the ram underneath it and the hydraulic pump. I do have the lever arms and things. They're down in this box here somewhere. Here's one of them. But anyway, if that was complete, which hopefully I can find the parts one of these days and make it complete, that's worth probably $1,500. So yeah, a lot of that junk is, to most people, just junk, but some of it is pretty valuable junk. You know, Hillbilly gets some flack every once in a while from somebody saying, "Oh, you live in a junkyard." Well, he makes a pretty decent living off of that stuff, and you know, he's got a lot more time to go fishing and do the things he wants to do than I have, working at the fairgrounds all the time. Summer months, I'm very, very busy. So there's money in that stuff. Don't just throw it away or turn up your nose, because it's money, it's not junk. This trailer, this is what I had on it for hinges. They were way too light duty. They just bent and I ended up cutting them off. So I replaced them with strap hinges. These should be a whole bunch stronger. They're 1/4 inch steel. And this rod, I made that so it's removable, so I can take the tailgate off, and before I couldn't do that. So the only thing left, I forgot to grab my drill. I got to drill some holes in there. I got them welded for now, but drill some holes in there so I can bolt them all on and load this up and start hauling Cindy's garden dirt. That's going to be a lot nicer. With the hinges bent, I couldn't even latch this the right way before. So good to have this back in operation. Now I can go and cut some firewood here very soon. I need to get after that. Now, I don't know, got a wedding to go to tomorrow, and then Sunday they're roping. Seems every Sunday they're roping. Every Sunday, Wednesday it seems. But anyway, that's about all I got for today, which ain't too interesting, but it's what's going on, by golly. Trying to do this one-a-day stuff ain't always easy. So, start hauling dirt. I got to finish up her planter. I've only got one side on it so far, but if I put 2 sides on it, then I can back up the trailer and dump a bunch of dirt, put the other 2 sides on it, and then spread it out. I think that'd be a whole lot better than shoveling it, because this trailer does dump. It doesn't dump the best in the world, but it does dump. So anyway, see you folks tomorrow. Have a great day.